Hello everyone and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how a modern, high-tech carbon fiber cue shaft is made. These shafts are famous for being strong, consistent, and having very low deflection, which helps players be more accurate. The process is quite technical and requires a lot of specialized machinery, but we'll walk through the main steps in a simple way. First, everything begins with a steel rod called a mandrel. This mandrel is machined to the exact shape and taper of the inside of the cue shaft. It's polished to a mirror finish and coated with a release agent so the carbon fiber won't stick to it later. The next step is the carbon fiber layup. We use sheets of pre-preg carbon fiber, which means the epoxy resin is already infused into the fabric. These sheets are carefully cut and then wrapped around the mandrel in multiple layers. The key here is the angle of the fibers in each layer. By changing the orientation of the fibers, manufacturers can control the shaft's stiffness and feel, which is a huge part of what makes each brand unique. Once all the layers are wrapped, the shaft needs to be cured. The entire assembly is wrapped tightly with a special heat shrink tape or put in a vacuum bag to compress the layers and squeeze out any air bubbles. Then, it goes into a large oven called an autoclave, where it's baked under intense heat and pressure. This process permanently hardens the resin and fuses all the layers into a single, incredibly strong hollow tube. After it cools, the steel mandrel is pulled out from the center. The raw shaft is then put on a lathe for sanding and finishing. Using progressively finer grits of sandpaper, the shaft is sanded down to its final, precise taper and given a perfectly smooth surface. A protective clear coat or a specialized finish is applied to give it that slick feel that players love. The final stage involves adding the components. A tenon is machined onto the end of the shaft to hold the ferrule and the tip, which are then glued in place. The other end of the shaft is machined to fit a specific joint, and the joint collar and pin are installed. After a final cleaning and quality inspection, the shaft is complete and ready to help a player win their next game. Thank you so much for watching and learning about this intricate process with us. If you found this video interesting and want to see more content like this, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Your support means the world and allows us to keep creating. We'll see you in the next one.